Hey Ravens, happy homecoming week and welcome back to ONW Now. I'm Brogan Kivett alongside Savannah Cabs.
This week we'll take a look at some homecoming highlights, the Jewel epidemic, get a recap on Raven athletics, and your favorite segment, Word from the Halls.
Let's get right into it.
With the recent vaping epidemic causing many deaths and health problems, the Olathe Public Schools decided to take matters into their own hands. Here's Brogan Kivett with the story.
You know, we watch the progression of vaping in school, and it's just every year it continues to increase, and it is a major disruption.
On Friday, September 27th, while everyone was enjoying their day off from school, the Olathe Board of Education came together and devised a plan to take down the multi-billion-dollar company Juul Labs for their marketing tactics of allegedly targeting teens and highlighting how cool nicotine is.
We have an obligation to act on what we know, and what we know is very disturbing.
Some saw it as a publicity stunt, some saw it as a call to action by the Olathe Board of Education, and others didn't really care.
Not only do I not see the Olathe School District winning the lawsuit, even if they did win it, I don't see how it could have any sort of effect on what these teenagers want to do.
So with such drastically different viewpoints, I decided to sit down with the school resource officer, two students with undisclosed identities to prevent them from catching a suspension, and of course the mastermind behind the lawsuit, Superintendent John Allison, to hear all different sides of the story and how this lawsuit will affect all of us.
I don't think an outright ban on vaping is the answer. Then inevitably there is going to be a black market being formed for it. And the problem with that is if you make it entirely illegal, you can't regulate the illegal activity. It's impossible to do that.
One of the questions I decided to ask that got a lot of attention was, if the Juul ban does go through, how will that stop illicit counterfeit products from being brought into circulation like a black market trade?
I think no matter how hard they try, kids are always going to find a way to do what they want, whether that's vaping, and if that's taken away, then they're automatically going to revert to anything else they can get their hands on, which is honestly really easy.
You can make it illegal, you can make it taboo. If teenagers want to do it, they're going to do it. If Juul gets taken out, if Juul doesn't have the top spot, someone else is always out there to take the top spot.
I have faith in our high school students that as their understanding grows, this is not safe. It is addictive, that much like we've seen with cigarettes over really the last decade, fewer and fewer people were smoking, particularly that 18 to 25 age. And I think part of it is going to be, how do we ramp up the education on just how bad vaping is for you.
As you saw from the previous interviews, there's still a lot of uncertainty and speculation surrounding the issue. So I leave it up to you to go to our Instagram page at ONW Raven Daily to help find a middle ground regarding punishments and precautions. For ONW Now, this has been Brogan Kivett. Now back to Savannah and I. In honor of homecoming week, we took it to the halls of ONW to test some students on some out-of-this-world trivia. Let's send it over to Nina Rice and Ramon the scene for this week's homecoming edition of Word from the Halls.
Hey Ravens, it's Nina Rice here, and I'm going to be testing your guys' knowledge on some space trivia. Let's see how you do. Can you name all the planets in our solar system?
Mars, Jupiter, Uranus. Pluto isn't a planet anymore. Earth. We live on Earth.
My very eager mother. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars.
Is that all of them?
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Jupiter, Saturn.
The Milky Way.
That is not a planet. What is the largest planet?
Earth. Saturn.
None of these are right. None of these are right.
None of these are right.
Jupiter.
Uranus. How long ago was the solar system formed?
1400 BC.
14 billion years ago.
14 billion?
Yeah.
Right.
2 years ago. 2019. 70,000 million years ago.
Billions, millions, trillions.
1960. 7.9 billion years. 4.5 billion years ago?
4.6. That was so close. How many stars are there in space?
25.
25 stars.
You know that's on the flag.
At least 3,000.
A lot.
1, because you're my only star.
Infinite.
No one actually knows.
have no idea. Yeah.
Do you guys think that there is life outside of Earth, and why or why not?
Explain to me.
Yes.
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 Yes, because we had to come from something.
Yes, because there's a lot of other galaxies.
Yeah. We'd be selfish if we thought it was just us.
We'd be selfish.
Dude, I've already been probed by an alien before.
Now let's send it over to game day for the latest on all Raven athletics.
What's up, Ravens? I'm Olivia Garza.
And I'm Andrew McCubbins.
Bringing you this week's updates on Raven athletics. Last Thursday, the tennis team finished 7th overall in their Sunflower League tournament. Sydney Moore killed it, placing 9th in singles. Mallory Brown and Jocelyn Mattingly made a racket, placing 9th in doubles.
Yeah, and also the Ravens soccer team bounced back against Lawrence Lions on Tuesday night. The boys came out the gates quickly and took a 1-0 lead off the great cross from Mason Wichern, which was converted by Tanner Schinkel. Mason Badowski added a second goal, and the Ravens went into halftime with a demanding 2-0 lead. The boys continued to press into the second half and came close to a third goal, but the Lions pulled back and cut our lead 2-1. Through the rest of the game, the boys battled hard and John Lindsay made some crucial saves, and the Ravens held on to get the win. The Ravens' next game is tonight against Gardner Edgerton at Seaback.
On Friday, the Ravens football team headed out to Gardner to face the mighty Trailblazers. The Ravens fought hard until the end as Grant Hall scored a 90-yard touchdown kickoff return, giving the Raven fans something to cheer about. ONW ended up losing to Gardner, but the boys returned to Seaback this Friday night at 7 p.m. for a homecoming game. Come out to see who gets crowned king and queen.
Well, yeah, you know what else is interesting about that homecoming game? You know, it's also a blackout, which I guess makes it a Black Friday. So the Raven cross-country team raced at the Spartan Invitational in Colorado over the weekend. The runners left Thursday morning and drove all the way to Colorado Springs. The next morning, the team had a group yoga session to prepare for the afternoon meet. Despite the vast difference in altitude and attitude, the Ravens runners competed well, with Lydia McLaughlin placing second and Ashton Dane placing 19th. On the boys' side, Logan Reed also had a strong run, placing 12th. The 5K course had loads of hills, but a nice downhill for the last mile and tree line finish. Cross country now prepares for their Sunflower League meet on October 19th.
That's it for your weekly ONW Sports Recap. For results from yesterday's golf tournament and last night's volleyball match, check out our Raven Daily Twitter account and YouTube channel. For Olivia Garza and Andrew McCubbins, this has been Game Day. Now we'll send it back to the deck.
From Buff Puff to Powder Puff and numerous other homecoming activities, the Ravens surely showed their pride. Here's a quick recap of ONW's 2019 homecoming week.
No doubt in my mind that we are winning. Are you 100% confident? 110%.
We plan to come out and win. We heard Courtney Jackson's team was pretty good, so if we knock them off, that's a dub.
I said in the pregame interview, 110% chance we would win. What do? We fulfill. We knew it was going to happen. Yeah.
Last place last year, first place this year. That's all.
That's all for this week, Ravens. Pop out tomorrow night to the homecoming football game at Seaback and the homecoming dance Saturday night in ONW. Make sure to check out our social media at The Raven Daily and our website, theravendaily.com.
For Landon Daniel and the rest of the Convergence team, this has been Brogan Kiven and Savannah Caps. Have a fun and safe homecoming week, Ravens.